గెలుపే ఊపిరిగా, పట్టుదలే ప్రాణంగా, ఆశయమే గమ్యంగా పోరాడే యోధుడికి విజయం అన్స్టాపబుల్. ప్రశ్నల్లో మరింత ఫైర్, సర్దాల్లో మరింత సెటైర్, మీకోసం మరింత రంజుగా. దెబ్బకి థింకింగ్ మారిపోవాలా? మీకోసం మరింత రంజుగా.
अब तू देख लेगा बच्चन साहब का खेल.
డౌన్లోడ్ ఆహా నౌ.
ఆకర్షణీయమైన చీరలు, అబ్బురపరిచే ధరలు, అందరికీ నచ్చిన, అందరూ మెచ్చిన షో మన లక్కీ మహిళ. బోలెడంత ఎక్సైట్మెంట్, వండర్ఫుల్ విన్నింగ్ మూమెంట్స్.
ఎగ్జాక్ట్ చెప్పారు, మీరే గెలుచుకున్నారండి. కంగ్రాచులేషన్స్. $220.
సెలబ్రిటీ హోస్టులు, అదిరిపోయే పంచులు, సరదా సరదా కబుర్లు.
ఆశ దోశ అప్పడం బడ హెల్ప్ మీరు ఆడుతున్నారు.
ఇలా మరెన్నో మెమరబుల్ మూమెంట్స్ తోటి థర్డ్ యానివర్సరీ జరుపుకుంటోంది మన లక్కీ మహిళ. Watch it live only on TVAsia Telugu. మీ అందరికీ థర్డ్ యానివర్సరీ శుభాకాంక్షలు.
గెలుపే ఊపిరిగా, పట్టుదలే ప్రాణంగా, ఆశయమే గమ్యంగా పోరాడే యోధుడికి విజయం అన్స్టాపబుల్. ప్రశ్నల్లో మరింత ఫైర్, సర్దాల్లో మరింత సెటైర్, మీకోసం మరింత రంజుగా. దెబ్బకి థింకింగ్ మారిపోవాలా? మీకోసం మరింత రంజుగా.
अब तू देख लेगा बच्चन साहब का खेल.
డౌన్లోడ్ ఆహా నౌ.
ఆకర్షణీయమైన చీరలు, అబ్బురపరిచే ధరలు, అందరికీ నచ్చిన, అందరూ మెచ్చిన షో మన లక్కీ మహిళ. బోలెడంత ఎక్సైట్మెంట్, వండర్ఫుల్ విన్నింగ్ మూమెంట్స్.
ఎగ్జాక్ట్ చెప్పారు, మీరే గెలుచుకున్నారండి. కంగ్రాచులేషన్స్. $220.
సెలబ్రిటీ హోస్టులు, అదిరిపోయే పంచులు, సరదా సరదా కబుర్లు.
ఆశ దోశ అప్పడం బడ హెల్ప్ మీరు ఆడుతున్నారు.
ఇలా మరెన్నో మెమరబుల్ మూమెంట్స్ తోటి థర్డ్ యానివర్సరీ జరుపుకుంటోంది మన లక్కీ మహిళ. Watch it live only on TVAsia Telugu. మీ అందరికీ థర్డ్ యానివర్సరీ శుభాకాంక్షలు.
your much-awaited immigration attorney show on Sunday evening at TVAsia Telugu. A hearty welcome to Rahul Reddy Garu onto this show. He's such an eminent lawyer, expert for our talk show, and a special guest as well, also the founder of Reddy and Newman law firm based out of Houston, Texas. Hearty welcome to the show, Rahul Garu.
Thanks for inviting me, Sita Garu.
Thank you. And just want to take a special mention about our show sponsors, AHA OTT, which is entertaining us with amazing shows and movies, and also to movers.com for their one-stop solution for moving needs. You can watch us live on Yuck TV, YouTube, Dish, Sling, and World TV. So Rahul Garu, let's dwell into the most exciting topic, which is very dear to your heart, I'm sure, on the predictions about the green card wait time. So there is a lot of buzz about a 150-year green card wait time for Indian graduates. Is that real? Is it a reality, a myth? It seems to be really exaggerated. And then we also want to talk about the retrogress that happened with the EB1 in the recent times, where it went back like 10 years, which is very alarming.
Yeah, Sita Garu, that is right. EB1 went back by 10 years from February of 2022 to 2012. A lot of people ask, is it possible to go back? Yes, it's possible. It happened. When we decided with the TVAsia show sponsors that, hey, we're going to have this topic of the 150 years, we didn't expect it by the time we choose a topic, by the time we came here, the priority date went back by 10 years. Is it an exaggeration, though? Let's look into the data that they have provided, the Cato Institute. They have had all the numbers of people who have been pending for so many years, the applications based on the I-140 applications for Indian nationals, and also they have the, how much is out of the 140,000, how much can be allocated to Indian nationals, especially when the other country people are filled out. Two assumptions they did it. That means that people are not going to die at all. That's one of the assumptions they did it. Naturally people will die, but of course they assume that people are not going to die. The second thing they did not assume, and they mentioned there in their article, is that the kids who are born in United States will be able to sponsor for the parents once the kids will become 21. Let's assume that some young couple come in and they have a kid here, the kid will become 21, and then they are going to sponsor the green card application. So those two are the assumptions that they did it, under which they said it's 150 years, which is not an exaggeration, technically speaking, about assuming people are not going to die, the young kids are not going to become 21 and file the green card for their parents. Yes, so practically what it meant is that it's not about 150 years. There is nothing called green card anymore for Indian nationals, especially for the EB2 and EB3. It was a statement last week ago, but now it looks like even for the EB1 might become a nightmare for the people, though. So we want people to have alternative plans. Whether it's a Canada, we're not Canadian lawyers, but we know that it's more easier to get the green card in Canada. Whatever options they have, if you're buying a home, make sure that what happens when your H-1B doesn't get renewal. What will you do at that point of time? Will you sell at that point of time? Especially these H-1B renewals doesn't happen when there is a low market, when the market is not good. So will you sell the house at that point of time? When you buy a car, you need to look into all these things. When you plan for your children, what is the aspects that you're going to do if you're going to move? Can you stay around when the kids are 10 years old? Can you say that my children needs to go to school? Can you stay around? No, you can't stay around that because your children have to go to school. They're U.S. citizens. You can't stay with that prospect. So plan accordingly. Now, the best thing that we can learn is for the people who have migrated from India to Middle East. How do they live, though? So we need to learn from them. They know they're not going to get the green card. There is nothing like a green card there. They will never get a citizenship from in those Middle East countries. So how do they plan their lives? We may have to reconsider, because Sita Garu, what happened is that a lot of the people who came a little bit before got their green card, maybe 10 years ago, 15 years ago, they probably got the green card, but the people who are coming right now, they're not going to get the green card unless something changes. Now that's unless something changes. So people need to plan accordingly so that they have mentally prepared, okay, now this is what it's going to be. I'm going to be an H-1B, and I'm going to be H-1B for a long period of time. And whenever the H-1B renewal doesn't come in, I'm going to go to India and probably come back again. So they have to plan. That's the reason why I put this topic is you need to plan in your life, whether financially, children-wise, house-wise, car-wise, plan as if that you're not going to get the green card. And if it does come in, then that's good otherwise. Now, the other thing, Sitagaru, is what happened is that our guys are so relaxed that they don't complain any of these people. All they see is that Indian people are filthy rich people. They have too much money, because if you look into the recent congressman from Georgia, he said that even though Indian constitute 1% of the entire USA, we contribute 6% of the taxes of USA, which means we're like 5 to 6 times. I mean, on an average, we're about 3 times richer than the normal people in USA, though. Now, of course, even though we are 3 times richer, the tax rate is higher for the higher brackets, right? So we tend to contribute more to the taxes, though. Yet our guys are not good in complaining, in requesting the benefits for our own people. Recently, there is a provision where for some of the South American countries, or middle of the North America, like Guatemala and other countries. So what they did is that if the I-130 is pending and the priority date is not current, let's say, for example, you're a citizen of USA, and then you file for your sister, which is taking approximately 17, 18 years for them to get the green card, and your sister is in Guatemala. They could directly come here on a parole basis and stay in United States on EAD forever until their priority date becomes current. However, could they not make the same thing for the people who have an I-140? Could they not have an EAD approval so that you guys are independent of the employer and stay in this country until your priority date becomes current? They could. They could give that thing. They didn't. The reason is that these country people, they are writing letters. They are soliciting the congressmen. They are requesting those people to get it. Our guys are not doing anything. They're more interested in, recently there are a lot of these organizations have conducted big events in Dallas and other areas. There are 20,000 people that showed up for each of these organizations. But what happened? Did any of these people solicited for getting the green card for those things? No. All they're interested is the movie stars and politics of India, not politics of USA. So I want our guys to keep writing letters to the congressmen, have our community people, the people who have come earlier, solicit on behalf of you so that you guys can get the green card, though. We have given some, TVAsia has given some drafts which is provided for you. We request everybody to write letters, especially if they stop counting their family members. The priority date should move very fast. You can also request give employment authorization document for the people whose I-140 is approved. They have given a compelling circumstances EAD, but that's not practical. It only gives for 1 year. It takes 8 months to get those things approved, and it's compelling circumstances EAD. There are a lot of conditions attached. It's only 1 year. What if these kind of things are given for, for 3 years or 4 years? These things would, the administration, without going to the Congress, has the authority to give an employment authorization for the people I-140 is approved. And they can give an advance parole and EAD, and that way you can stay in the United States. So we request all the people to write letters. We have provided the draft, please. Otherwise, you're going to stay here for a long period of time, and you're not going to get the green card.
Yeah. You made such a thought-provoking statements at this point. I'm sure viewers watching this and who are already citizens as well, please urge them to take some initiative and help the fellow, their brothers, sisters who have come here with all the dreams, realize it. That is very information that you have shared, Andy, and I hope some of us could do that.
Let's go to the questions, Andy. Callers.
Let's take the first caller on. A caller ending with 0897.
Yes, madam.
So please go ahead with the question. You're back on mute. Please press *6 to unmute yourself. There could be some lag in hearing us on YouTube or any other medium that you're watching this show. But when you're on the call, please go ahead with your question, Andy. This is caller ending with 0897.
I just want to go one of the comment, Andy. This guy is commenting. He's saying that, oh, see, his name seems to be my name. Rahul Reddy, our congressman complaining that Republicans are not interested to move forward in immigration. Okay, if the Republicans are not interested in moving forward, why can't the administration do something though? We know that the Congress is not going to act on it. Don't keep on blaming on the Republican parties. The Democratic Party is in the administration. They can stop counting the family members. If they stop counting the family members from 140,000, it will go to 300,000 every year. That's going to clear up a lot of backlog, if not all of it. They could do that. They don't need the help of Republicans. That's one thing they can do. They can do an employment authorization. They did for the family-based immigration people who are coming from South America. They can do it for the employment-based immigration. So please request your congressman, look, to stop counting the family members, you do not need the Republican Party congressman. You can do it by yourself. Request administration. So please go back to that your congressman and tell that thing.
Let's take the caller in. Caller ending with 5311.
Hello. Yeah.
Yes, sir. We can hear you. Please go ahead with your question.
Yeah. Thank you, Sita garu. Thank you, Rahul Reddy garu, for your service.
Yeah, go ahead, sir. Yes, please. Go ahead with the question.
So my question is regarding my current status actually. So my current employer, he filed my 485 and H1 transfer in June 2022. That is last year, June 2022. And I got my EAD and advance parole already. And in last year, November 2022, I went to India for a short trip, and I came back in advance parole. So I came back on advance parole in November, and at the port of entry, so I got the I-94 date until this year, November 2023. That is the advance parole ending date. Okay. So what happened is in December, I got my H1 approval, H1 transfer approval. Okay. So my question is like, since like my H1 approval was the latest, that is the latest. So that means I'm on H1, or since I came back in AP, I'm on AP.
You are an H1B. You're an H1B. You can extend the H1B. You can change the employer on the H1B. You can amend the H1B if you want to. So you're an H1B.
Okay. Since my H1B is the latest approval, I'm on H1B. Okay. And,
I will not agree with that latest one, but yeah, you're right. Even if the H1B would have been approved while you're in USA before November of 2022, and you have gone outside the country and come back in advance parole, still you're an H1B. But anyway, to answer your question, you're an H1B.
Okay. And also I applied for my advance parole extension, that is in June last month, first week. And so far I haven't got any receipt number. So is there any way like we can track down that application?
Since your advance parole is expiring in November, if you did not get it, just wait for 2 more weeks. If you still don't receive it though, okay? Just file one more time. It's free anyways, all right?
Okay.
Okay then, thank you.
Sorry?
Wait for 2 more weeks. Wait for 2 more weeks to get the receipt notice.
Yeah, sure.
And if you still don't get it, file one more time.
Okay. And one more last question. My wife is like, she started using her EAD, green card EAD. Is that okay? Good. Like since like I am on H1 and she started using green card EAD?
Absolutely perfect. She's fine to use the EAD. I don't know why you are clinging on to the H1B. I don't understand it. I myself,
because
I don't want to argue. Okay, you want to make me rich?
No,
go ahead.
Because of the travel restriction, like, I might go to India because my mother, because of some health issues, I might have to travel in emergency.
I see the point.
So that's why I wanted to stay on H1. Yeah.
Okay, but anyway, your wife using the EAD is perfectly all right. I myself, when I was a dependent on the 485 application, on my wife's main application, I used the EAD. I was an immigration lawyer on the 485 EAD. I even went for the 485 interviews along with my clients representing as a lawyer. I am the 485 EAD dependent EAD. So that's perfectly all right for your wife to do it. Okay?
Okay, and my wife, and my daughter actually, she doesn't have the current employer H4. That means she is also in EAD, right? That means actually.
That's right. If she doesn't have the H4 approval with her, well, she doesn't need to have a current employer H4 though. She has the previous employer's H4 until November of 2023.
Yes.
That's what you told me. So she is still on H4, technically speaking about, unless she started using the EAD. Okay.
Okay. So after that I will be extending my wife's EAD. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's take the next caller, Andy. Caller ending with 0897.
Hello, madam.
Yes, sir. We can go. We can hear you. Please.
Madam, is it audible, madam? Yeah.
Very much.
Good evening, madam. Good evening, sir. Sir, this is related to Dropbox appointment for my wife and my kid. And my wife was working in company A. She scheduled Dropbox appointment in August 2023. Recently, she moved to new company. She got new I-797. Need to change the I-160 and the existing appointment. We have filled the DS-160 as well with latest item. So what is the process, sir? So are they able to allow us to take for the new I-797? That is the first question, sir, actually.
You need to go and change the DS-160 though. You can change the DS-160. There is a way where you can log in and change the DS-160.
Yeah, I changed it, sir. Already I have done that. And the question is right now they have I could not able to upload any DS-160, so they changed some process they were telling about on that, and I don't know what is the process that one. Yeah.
You said to me you changed the DS-160 with the new employer's information, is that right?
Correct, sir. I changed it, but I need to submit that for the
you don't need
appointment.
You don't need to submit the 797 online though. When your wife goes to the Dropbox, though, she just needs to submit the new H-1B approval. That's perfectly all right. Even though at the time of the appointment, she made an appointment with company A. Now she's working with company B. She has H-1B approval with company B. She did, you said you changed the DS-160. Absolutely. She just needs to enclose the H-1B approval when she goes to the Dropbox. New company's H-1B.
Yeah, but that needs, yes, sir, that needs to have the QR code required, sir. They are going to take the QR code for DS-160, which is updated one. So that's what I heard, sir, actually.
If you have changed the DS-160, you're in good position, sir.
Okay, that is one thing. The second thing, sir, my son is actually is under me under H4. He is having I-797 till 2024 February. Even I applied for him also for a Dropbox appointment. And my wife is having till 2026. So I was thinking that, and I would like to change him into under my wife. So
when you made the Dropbox appointment for your son, did you include along with your wife, or did you include along with you, or it was a standalone?
Yeah, along with my wife. Along with my wife's. That is my wife under my wife only, but it is included under my H4. My H1 on my under H1 is having H4, right, sir? That documents I have submitted over there.
Okay. When you go to the Dropbox though, she can shift it. She can put along with. So when she's going along with your wife, so if she includes the birth certificate of the child, okay, if she includes the H-1B approval, he should be getting it in 2026.
Okay. So that's what it is not be any problem, right, sir? It won't be any problem, right?
No, it's not any problem. We'll go to the next caller, Randy.
Because
next question.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Let's take the next caller. Caller ending with 5541.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead with your question. We can hear you. Please go ahead with your question.
Yeah, so my I-140, they filed a couple of days back. So I have one question. I'm like, if I-140 is in progress, can I travel to India?
When the I-140 is in progress, absolutely you can travel. Will not have any problem, none whatsoever at all. I'm assuming that you're going to travel on either H-1B, is that right?
Yes, H-1B. only.
Okay, absolutely not a problem. Absolutely not a problem.
Yeah. What about if extension is in progress? Can I travel?
H-1B extension is progress. We recommend that you get the H-1B extension approval before you travel. Because when you're outside the country, it confuses the system though. Okay?
Okay, got it.
Okay.
I got it. And one more question,
Thank you.
sir. My son was born in USA 2 months back. Can you tell me from the legal standpoint what are the documents I need? I got the passport of my son and birth certificate and OCI card. I mean, the OCI card is in progress, but e-visa we got for India and state ID and bank account, everything I got. But from legal standpoint, what do you recommend more IDs that I need to get for my son? Because
you got the birth certificate, you got the state ID. That's very surprising. You got the state ID that fast, which is good. I mean, you did a much better step than what I did for my son. And you got the OCI, you got the e-visa, you got this passport of USA, you got the birth certificate. That's it. You don't need anything else. You covered every basis that's possibly there.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much. And one thing, sir, I mean, like, so you are doing service for us a lot. Can you tell me what letters I need to write to USCIS or
there is a letter. There is a letter right now that we have enclosed. TVAsia is enclosed. So if you can use the draft to write. Right now, I want to focus on not counting the family members though. The reason why I say not counting the family members is because that's easier though. Rest of the things, for example, to take the quota, increase the quota, to remove the per country quota, we need to go to the Congress, which is divided. That Congress is not doing anything. The administration can unilaterally just stop counting the family members. That's the one. The link is provided by you in the TVAsia link that's there. Okay, in the YouTube there is there.
Yeah, sure,
Thank
sir.
you.
And one more request, sir. I mean, like, every week you will be having a video, right? So that time at the end of the video, if you suggest what you want us from our side to do, like writing letters or anything, I just from my side I wanted to do. So that's what I just wanted to inform you. If you
Sure.
just iterate that one at the end of video, I'll do that one. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your suggestion. We'll take that into serious consideration. We'll go to the next person.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's take the next caller in. Caller ending with 8753. We can hear you, sir, if you're already on the call. Caller ending with 8753.
Thanks, Rahul sir and Sita Garu for taking the call. I'm on H1B and I have a question regarding doing a business while on H1B.
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
So sir, I want. What I'm planning to do is, developing a software product, and wanted to register or start a business for doing so. And for development of this software product, I will be doing, either on Saturday or Sundays or during the time when I'm not working for my sponsor. The ultimate goal for this product would be to sell it to the end clients that may be down the line 1 or 2 years. At that point, I'm planning to have some U.S. citizen as a partner, and then acting as a passive entity into the business, and then but still owning the rights to the ownership of the software and as the main author of the software. So, sir, how much is this legal? Whether I'm good to proceed this way, or this is kind of a no zone for an H1B?
This is something that is where I want to address it, because people like you, innovators, are able to have to ask these questions to come into the show. If you have a green card holder, you wouldn't have asked me this question, though. For sure, you would not have, and you would have just gone and proceeded with what you want. Here is a problem for you right now, though. As a H-1B person, you cannot work on any other product other than voluntary work, though. You can own an idea. You can own an idea. You can own a business, but you cannot work on the business. So normally people will say, let me partner with a US citizen and I will do the passive thing. We know what that means. What that means is most probably you will work and the US citizen will take the claim of it. Now that's not allowed. Tomorrow, if there is a conflict between you and him, you know where it's going to end up, right? He's going to claim the product is. So if you have this innovative idea, there are a couple of different ways that you can do. If you're working for a consulting company, you can have the consulting company as part of the job duties that you're working on for this second company. That means, let's say you have Pepsi company as your client, and they can always have your own company as a second client, and they can depute you to your own company. That could be one of the ways that you can develop it. There is other ways is that you can be the founder of the company, and there could be a directors of the company that have an authority to fire you, and they can file a concurrently filed H-1B for you. That's another way that you can do it. But just you owning the business, working on the business on the side without having a concurrent H-1B is not possible. I mean, that's illegal.
Okay, sir. Thanks very much. That was pretty insightful.
Okay. Thank you. Even though, Sita Garu, that I'm telling that it's going to take forever to get the green card, I still suggest people to apply for the green card. The reason is that if they apply for the green card, they get the benefit of more than 6 years of H-1B, which I already know. And also for the people who's supposed needed to work, they will also get the provision if the I-140 is approved. So people don't get discouraged. Still file the labor and I-140, please.
Yes, I think that's very good information that you're sharing. Let's take a YouTube question before we get into a caller, Andy. It's from Krishna Raju. Question is H-1B registration through two consultancies not related to each other. Have bona fide job offer, got picked through one of them and petition is filed. Shall I ask employer to withdraw the application?
I strongly recommend that they should withdraw the H-1B application. Where does it say that the companies have to be related? It's a little bit confusing. The Administrative Appeals Unit has clearly said both companies don't have to be related. Now, here is the question how the things will come up, though. There is company A, consulting company A, consulting company B, consulting company C, consulting D, okay? He's working with consulting company A with the end client of Pepsi.
Okay.
Now, company B and C and D don't have any end client. They all file expecting that theirs will be selected, company A's will not be selected. But the end client will be still Pepsi, will be transferred to company B, company C, or company D. So the job with Pepsi is only one. So 4 of these companies filed the H-1B, which is exactly the fraud that they committed on it. Yeah. So definitely I request that if the company B that got selected doesn't have a genuine job opportunity for you, which seems to be where it is right now, you should not proceed with the H-1B. You should withdraw it. It will have negative consequences for you in the long run.
Yeah.
We'll go to caller, Andy.
Yes, let's take the caller. The next caller is 4061. Caller ending with 4061.
Hi, this is Arvind. Am I talking with Rahul and Sita? Thank you for taking my call.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, Arvind.
Sir, this is my situation, okay? So I downgraded my green card 2020 and I have EB3 approved and all the retrogression of priority dates. So now my question is I've been promoted as a manager 3 years back. My company has a presence outside US. So question is, should I work outside US for 1 year in that firm, or it can be anywhere outside US?
It has to be with that company. You're planning to get to EB1Cs, right? That's your target. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
You have to work only with that company only. Let's say, for example, you are working for Coca-Cola Can you go and work in
Okay.
India as a high-level manager with Pepsi and come back to Coca-Cola and file a EB1C green card application? The answer is no, you cannot. Only if you work for Coca-Cola in India or any other country, it doesn't have to be India though, at a high-level manager, okay, you can come back and file. It has to be 1 year that you have to work outside. Now, a lot of people are debating about this, whether they should do, they should not do this aspects of going outside the country though. Now, for those people who didn't file the 485 application, it's probably a clear choice for them to go to outside the country and come back because they have nothing to lose.
Okay.
In your case though, you will be losing the 485 application. When you go outside the country and you stay in the country for 1 year, outside the country for 1 year, you're abandoning the 485 application because you don't have the job here. You don't want to do the job which was. Now, once you abandon, you go outside the country, you come back. Here the question comes in. Is the EB1C guaranteed because you work there for 1 year and come back? No, it's not. So could it be that you go outside the country, you come back, you will be nagarka, nagatka? Could it be possible? Yes. So these things need to be evaluated very thoroughly before you make a decision of going outside though. So I would check with the lawyer.
Sorry, sir. Sorry to interrupt. So it is an intercompany transfer. So it's the same firm in outside US. So I go and work there for 1 year and come back to US and work for the same firm. So will my 485 get denied or something like that?
Because your company is saying that the job is no longer existing here, it has moved there. Okay? So the technically speaking about 485 is out. So you can't come back and then just get an I-140 EB1C and continue the same way that you did from EB3 to EB2, EB2 to EB3. You remember we keep on changing it? No, it's not the same way that you do it. So it's a very big decision for you. For those people who have never filed a 485 application, the choice is very clear. For the people like you, it's very hard choice.
Okay.
Okay?
Got it.
Okay then, thank you. We'll go to the next person.
Okay, sounds good. Yep, thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. That was quite interesting one.
Yeah, Siddhakar, I'm not telling him not to do, I'm not telling him to do it. I just wanted to understand the consequences though, because he already has some base of 485 application. It's easy to extend the EAD and advanced pro. But for those people who don't have it, I think so it's worth taking a risk. But for the people 485, it's a very hard choice.
Thank you. That's informative. Let's take the next caller in. Caller ending with 1605.
Sure. So hi, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, hi, thank you. So recently, I got a full-time job offer from my current employer, and I was given the start date on June 19, that is 6/19. So due to the delays in H-1B transfer process, I told my current employer that I could start, work from 703. That is from on July 3. So, but they did not change my start date in their HR system, which was on 6/19. And I was paid my first salary for the pay period, 6/19 to 6/30. So on the other hand, I gave the notice to my old employer regarding the end date of my then job. That will be on 7/02. So my old employer ran my payroll for the entire month of June 2023 on July, on July 15th. So there is an overlap of payroll from current employer and my old employer starting from June 19th to June 30th.
But as long as you have some, backup things where you can prove that you did not work for company B between June 19th and July 2nd, though. Not an issue. Just because they ran a payroll, that's not an issue. As long as you didn't work, you're good.
If that was your question.
Right, sir. Yeah, so technically I did not work, sir. So Like
So
it
if
is
you did
just
not
that they
work,
did not update.
if you did not work in all your applications and all the things though, you can just mention July 3rd as a start date. That'll be easier for you because you didn't work. Just because the payroll has run
Yes, I
on,
did not.
you can ignore it. You can ignore it. You're fine. I don't see a problem. Okay?
Okay, good. Okay. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. I'm
Thank
good.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's take the next caller, Nandi. We have the next caller ending with 5698. Caller ending with 5698. Please go ahead with your question.
While he's adjusting, I'm going to address this Arjun's question. And my EB1 priority date is March 2022. When it is likely to become current? Even though the US, in the State Department visa bulletin, they say that in October, it most probably will go back to the same levels what it was in July, which is February of 2022. They also put some other conditions, subject to the conditions of the demand and other things. We may not be expecting his priority date to become current in October of 2023. I'm not expecting it because there's a lot of backlog for the Indian nationals for EB1. There's a lot of demand for the other nations for the EB1. When we look into the stats, though, there is a good possibility that it may take a little bit longer for his date to be current.
Got it.
February of 2020.
Caller ending with 1625.
Yes. Hello.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead with
Hello,
your question.
Yeah, my question is, I need your help, like regarding my OPT EA card, EAD card. I applied my initial OPT on the month of April, and I received a denial letter. After denial letter, I sent an email to university. They said like you don't submit your request within 30 days of the DSO signature on the I-20. I have not set that date properly, sir. So it's my mistake actually, but I have no clue what I need to do now.
So what the denial notice says is that after the DSO has signed the I-20 endorsing for the OPT, you have submitted the application 30 days afterwards. Is that what they said?
Yes. It's 37th day I submitted.
What was you're saying that there's some confusion about the date. What was the confusion though?
No, it's actually it's a mistake. Actually, it's already done. Actually, the question is 37th day I submitted.
I see the point. Now you just have to request in the motion to reopen, and then see if they would act on it because it's a mistake done by us. We don't know if they will reopen it or they won't reopen it. I would request that you contact a lawyer and do the motion to reopen. Sometimes the officers are very good and they will be sympathetic. Sometimes they will say, no, we won't do it. And if they don't, then you're out of luck though. Yeah, but one more question actually. If I reopen the site, like my service is active or deactivated? If you reopen immediately, it may not be activated though, but once they reopen, then they will activate it. Okay? Oh, okay. Got it. Yeah. Thank you then. Got it, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Let's onboard the next caller.
Next caller,
Yeah, it's done.
Thank you. Caller ending with 6142.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead with your question.
Hi, sir. Thank you for taking the call. So I'm in a situation where my I-94 expired. I entered US last June after my H-1B stamping. I didn't notice that my I-94 was given until the old passport expiry date, which was May 2023. So I recently renewed my passport in April 2023, but I completely I missed to update the I-94 because I didn't even know that was a thing, that it was given until the old passport. So I'm looking for best option to take right now to extend my I-94 since I'm in US.
I want you to go outside
I have
the
my
country.
H1B. Okay.
Okay. You have a H1B stamping in the passport?
Yeah, I do have H1B stamping and it's valid until September of next year.
I would recommend you step outside the country. How would you come back, whether you need the H1B stamping again or not? I will not answer this in the recorded in the TV line. You may want to consult a lawyer, whether you have to go for stamping or just come back on the existing stamping. But I want you to step outside the country. The reason is that if you try to extend it using the non-protunct argument, saying that it's, please excuse me for being out of status, they may not approve the non-protunct, and then you may accrue a 10-year bar coming into the United States. Since it's only been 2 months, less than 180 days, there is no bar on you right now. I want you to step outside the country. How would you come back? Do you need to go for stamping or not? Again, I would recommend that you contact a lawyer privately, okay?
Okay. We'll do that. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's take the next caller.
Sitagar, I just want to reiterate a couple of small little things. That's the reason why when people watch our TV shows, they don't do these kind of mistakes. There's one thing is that I-94 is something that everybody need to watch. And if there is any discrepancies, you need to contact the lawyer immediately. Look, if you would have contacted before May, it would have been much better, but she contacted after May. And look at the small little error this guy did it. That the OPT, once the I-20 has been endorsed by the DSO, though, the designated state official, he should have filed it within 30 days. He just filed it in 37 days. And this guy now may lose OPT, may actually lose a STEM extension. So that's a big 3-year employment permit. So all the money he paid to get into United States to study the master's degree and get an OPT is utter flight just because small little mistake. So I recommend all the audiences recommend TVAsia so that people get aware of these little things. You don't have to learn from your mistakes. You can learn from other people's mistakes. And that's what TVAsia can do for you.
Yes, I totally get it, Andy. I mean, these are just a few dates here and there, but it costs a lot.
Yeah, which are easy to resolve.
Absolutely. We have the next caller ending with 8460.
Hi, this is Lokesh. Can you hear my voice?
Yes, sir. Go ahead with your question.
Hello. Yeah, okay. Thanks for taking my call. So I had this question regarding visa stamping. My DS-160 was created last year, September. And for some reasons, I had to postpone my visa stamping dates. Now the visa stamping date with that same DS-160 is scheduled for November this year, November 8th. So I'm planning to travel to India. Now my question is, that DS-160 would be more than 12 months old. So first question is that still valid? Or should I have to do all the process all over again, like submit new DS-160, use that?
Is there any information that changed in that? Address?
No, nothing changed in that. Nothing changed.
You're good. You're good. I don't see any problem.
I'm good. And one other thing was my passport is expiring next year in the month of October. So is that enough time for me to still use the same, passport? And in fact, even the visa expires, the I-797 expires next year in September. So can I still use that same I-797 for visa stamping?
Absolutely, you can.
Okay.
Absolutely, you can use the passport.
Okay.
Okay. But
so even
even though it's expiring in October of 2024 and you're going September of 2023, absolutely not a problem. But keep watching the I-94 every time you enter. Remember the person did a mistake. You don't do that mistake. Learn from other people's mistake. Okay. Watch the I-94. As soon as you enter into the country, go online and check it to make sure I-94 is reflecting properly. Okay.
Okay, perfect. I'll do that. So no DS-160 submission again. I can use the same one. I can use the same passport which expires next year as well. So
you're good, sir.
All right. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Let's take the next caller, Rahul Garu. Is it? I think it is caller ending with 8460 is whom we ended with. No, sorry, 5698. Caller ending with 5698.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Hello, Rahul garu and Sita garu.
Hi, Andy. Please go ahead.
Am I audible?
Question? Yes, very much.
Yes, hi sir. Yeah, so last week I called regarding my I-94 issue. My daughter I-94 not generated on the CBP portal. We entered US using AP. So you told me call them. There is a number, and I called them, and they asked all the advance parole, passport stamp, and all these things. And the officer gave me only 3 months till October the I-94. So
okay, wait.
So
wait. This I-94 is advanced parole I-94, is right? It says advanced parole, is right?
Right. Yeah, we all entered through advance parole. We all got 1 year at the port of entry and the CPP portal, but my daughter's I-94 is not there. So I sent in a document and emails, and they checked it.
Sounds good. Got it. She got only for 3 months. So what's your question now?
Yeah, so I asked them, we are all got 1 year, and you gave me 3 months for my daughter. So can you give just like us? And they checked records, and they gave all of them 3 months only. My question is, do I need to worry that date, or do I need to extend I-94?
No. You only this time though. It's a little bit different. You're perfectly all right. Not a problem. Just because the I-94 is expiring on the advanced parole within 3 months, will it cause any problem for you? No. When is the EAD and advanced parole actually expiring though? The card or the paper?
Yeah, that's 3 months, yeah.
Wait. No. The 3 months, what you said is the I-94 online. What about the advanced parole card and EAD card? When is it expiring?
So my family got 2 different dates actually. My for me it's coming August end, but my family members are got till October. So that's why this CG officer in Chicago gave only for that advance parole expired date.
But did you file for the extension of it? August of 2023 or 2024?
No, 23. Mine is 23, and I filed before I traveled back to India. So I filed and I got the receipt, and I used this one, and I went back and came back using the current one.
What about your family members? What about the family members?
Yeah, I did file everyone, yeah.
So you're good. You don't have to worry about it. You're absolutely good. No problem with it. You can just ignore the expiration date of the I-94. Only in this case, guys, this is only applicable for advanced parole on the employment list. You're good. You don't have to worry about it. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's all I want to know, because they gave me only 3 months. So did I need
we'll go to the next
or I need to step back?
I already answered your question.
Thank you so much. Let's take the next caller. The next caller ending with 9816. Caller ending with 9816. Please go ahead with your question.
Hi Rahul garu. Hi Sita garu. This is Monica Andy.
Andy? Yeah, please go ahead with your question, Andy.
Yes, Monica.
So
I'm waiting.
Yeah. So actually, my doubt is regarding the employment. I got a full-time job. So I'm on H4 EAD. And I got a full-time employment last year, and so I don't know. I think the market got started again, and I just appeared for another interview, and I got an offer from other company too, which is a consulting, that is basically a contract role. So as I am on H4 EAD, can I do both the jobs parallelly? Is it legal?
Perfectly legal. Absolutely. Why not?
And if the payslip, definitely your payslip is generated, right? And if the payslip is on my name for both the jobs, that should be okay, right?
Perfectly okay. That's the only way you can work for 2 companies.
Yeah. And also I have one more doubt. I am planning to go to India maybe December or early of January, and my visa will be expiring this year, mostly on December. So like if I will be working, like if I accept another offer and I do like multiple jobs, then what is the company that I should mention on my DS-160?
You can mention both the company's name. Let's say, for example, you're working for Coca-Cola, then you're working with Pepsi. There's only place for two employments there. You can say that Coca-Cola working from July 2023 to present. And the other company, July 2021 to present. You can list both the companies. Not a problem.
Okay. Okay, got it. So yeah, actually that was my doubt, because like when entering into the US, like what is the, what should I fill for the DS-160? If I accept like both the jobs, I have not accepted yet, but in a plan, so don't know.
Do it. You make the money, ma'am, and pay taxes. And if you have any problem spending that money, Sita and I can help you out, okay? Okay.
Definitely I'll contact you for that.
Okay. Thank you. Wish you best of luck.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Sure. Good luck with your new jobs as well. Let's take the next caller here, Andy. Caller ending with 9321. Oh, I'm sorry. I think we
Hello,
have the...
can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Caller ending with 4869. Yep.
Hi, good evening, Rahul and Sita garu. My question is here, I was with employer A and they filed my I-140, H1, and now I moved to employer B. So after 6 years, the project got over, and then the employer B did not transfer my I-140 yet. And I had a natural promotion, so I moved out of US and currently I'm in Canada. So I can still leverage that option of EB1, right? If my company accepts, and I can put the old employer A's.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm assuming that the company A has not withdrawn the I-140 within 180 days. Is that a right statement?
Yes, that's
okay. Absolutely, you can leverage the priority date. You can, no problem with it.
So yeah, my another question is quickly, Rahul garu. So now this company B we have a workshop sometime October, November. I know I need to complete 365 days as per your recommendation to for eligible for EB1 or L1A stamping, something like that. But if I come for business visa in between to US for 3 weeks or so, will that be counted towards 365 days or not?
No, it will not be counted towards the 365 days. Any time period you spent in USA on visiting visa will not be counted towards the 1 year period though. However, it does not interrupt. You don't have to have a continuous 365 days. In 1 month, let's say 6 months you're in Canada, 1 month you're visiting USA, and then 6 months after, then you stay in Canada though. Total period is 11 months you have a job there, and 1 month 13 months. Total period is 13 months. You spend 1 month here, you are good to get you are eligible for EB1A, you're eligible for L1A if you needed it. But the 30 days, you have to deduct it though.
Okay, so I need to be 365 days outside the country physically.
Right, 365 days outside the country physically for you to be eligible for the, not only outside, you have to be working for the company for 365 days.
That's right. So 366 months now, and if I come to US, then again I need to spend additional 6 months, not 5 months. If I am continuing continuously, I can complete all the 365 days and come back. But in between, if I travel, I need to extend that period of time in the country where I am currently.
You nailed it. You nailed it.
Okay. Okay. So physically, as per your terminology, I need to be outside the country for 365 days.
That's right. That's one of the conditions. You have to work for the company and you have to work for executive position. There are other conditions, but that's one of the conditions, yes. Thank you. We'll go to the next caller.
Thank you very much. Would there be, sir, one last question. Would there be any issue like when I go for L1A stamping, would there be, I know I have one I-140 with the previous company. I think there is a question in DS-160. I think now this time I'm going to change my response as, are you applying for the same category of visa? I will say no, because I'm going for L1A. So then there will be another question of, is anybody applied for your immigrant visa? So would I need to say yes or no?
Yes, yes. You filed for immigrant visa.
Would that
will have, it does not impact anything negatively on your L1 application. Okay.
Thank you very much.
And one other thing I want you to tell you though, for you to apply for EB1C, you don't have to come on the L1A. You can still come back on H1B and then convert into EB1C. It's not needed for you to come on L1A. I just want you to understand that, okay? Okay then.
I understood that, but my company would want to get it stamped on L1A. Only then they would be able to want to do that. Okay. Sir, one other final question. Sorry to bother you. There is AB1C individual and a blanket. Which one would be easier for stamping in your?
There is no blanket EB1C. There is a L1A blanket. There is no EB1C blanket.
Yeah, L1A. L1A, sir. Sorry.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether it's L1A is a blanket or it's an L1A is a filed application. Doesn't matter for you. It won't matter for you for EB1C because I know your target. Your target is EB1C. Okay?
Correct.
Okay then. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye. Bye.
Let's take the next caller. Caller ending with 9321.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So I have my EB1B approved. My priority date is July of 21. I applied for my adjustment of status 3 months back. But with the retrogression, I was thinking about using cross-chargeability since my spouse is from China. But since we have already filed, what are the mechanisms to avail that opportunity?
Oh, you can still do the cross-chargeability though. You just need to request them. Look, my priority date is current because of the cross-chargeability. Here is the birth certificate of my wife. She is included in the 485 application. Here is the receipt notice of the 485 application that she filed along with me and requested cross-chargeability. Absolutely, you can. There is no requirement that you must have required it. You must have requested it at the time of filing the 485. No, you can still do it right now.
Okay. And my second question would be, once I am done with the 6 months with my current job after filing AOS, it allows me the opportunity to use AC-21. I understand what the requirements for me are, but EB1B is a special job. The company requirement has like special tests, like they need to have at least 3 research positions. It should be. So do I need to consider that while switching?
Yes, you need to. You need to consider that.
Okay.
Can you work, you are working in a research field, that's the reason you got the EB1B. Can you move from a research field to non-research field and then still claim the AC-21 and get the green card? No, it's not that easy though. So unlike the EB2 and EB3, it's easier for the people to move from company A to company B and so on and so forth though. It's not as easy for you though. It's when you are choosing the company though, you need to choose them properly. Let's say you're working with one pharmaceutical company and then you want to move to Pfizer, which is a pharmaceutical company, that seems to be fine to me. But if you move out to a different pharmacy and you're working as a pharmacist, no, that's not a research job. Even though Walgreens may do some research, but the pharmacist job is not a research job as such though. So you need to be a little bit more careful than compared to the EB2 and EB3. But yes, the provision is still there. You can still use the 180 days to move on to a different company.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Next person, please. Yeah.
Let's onboard the next caller ending with 0666. Just a minute, Raghu, as we are onboarding the next caller.
Sure.
Caller ending with 0666.
Hello. Hi, Rahul. Hi, Andy. Actually, I have a question regarding, I'm getting married soon. My fiance is studying on Master's in Health Administration. So she'll get only 1 year OPT. So thank you. And I'm currently on H1 and it's till September 2025 and I have I-140 which is approved 1 year back. My question is, can I apply for H4 visa for my fiance as she's getting only 1 year OPT and get her into the H4 and get the H4 EAD so that she can apply? She can apply for jobs easily.
Are you speaking after the marriage or before the marriage?
After the marriage.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, absolutely you can. You should too. H4 EAD is no conditions attached. One of the lady was calling recently and she said, I want to work 2 jobs on H4 EAD. Yeah, you do. Do you need to inform me? No, you don't need to do anything. So absolutely, for a 1 year 1 year OPT as compared to the H4 EAD, go for H4 EAD. Absolutely, no doubt about it. H4 EAD is the best thing.
What will happen to the H1 if something happened to my visa? If you come back to the F1, will she? No, she can't come back to the F1 status.
She cannot. If something happens to your H1, let's say you got laid off, can she come back to F1?
Yeah.
No, she has to apply for change of status, but she will lose the OPT though.
Oh, even if she is not applied for OPT?
Yeah, let's say for example, she has completed the master's degree. Okay, she completes in a particular day. Let's say in August she completes it. Okay, and then you apply for the H4 EAD. She got the H4 EAD. So in December of 2023, she wants to move back because your H1B is, something happened with your H1B. She wants to move to F1.
Yeah.
She can move to F1, but can she apply for the OPT? No, she cannot. Within a certain period of time after she graduates, she has to apply for the OPT. She lost that OPT. Then she has to do another degree to get an OPT.
Okay, but even she is moving back to F1, she will still can use that valid stamping that she has the 5 years, right? Will that expire or can we use?
No, she will not. She will have to apply for a change of status from H4 to F1 and have to apply with the USCIS and get the approval called I-797 that says that she is an F1 though. The stamping by itself is not enough. Getting the F1 approval is absolutely needed for her to move.
Okay, got it.
Okay? Yeah. Okay.
And also she can apply for H1, she can apply for H1 lottery while she's on H4 as well, right?
Absolutely. A lot of people are confused. Can they apply in the master's quota when they are on the H4? Absolutely, they can. They don't have to be an F1 visa, even though they are on a H1 on H4. As long as they have the master's degree from a non-profit accredited institution, they can apply for the H1B quota in the master's quota. They don't have to be an F1.
Okay.
We'll go to the next call.
In this situation, do you suggest to
Go ahead. Go ahead. You're asking questions, sir.
Yeah, in this situation, in this situation, do you suggest to stay on OPT for 1 year and use that OPT and try your luck on H1 lottery and then go, if didn't get picked up, then go for EAD or?
Depending on your job profile though, I would choose the H4 EAD as the best option. Because there are restrictions with regards to healthcare management, what kind of job she can do on the healthcare management. But there are none on the H4 EAD. And OPT is only for 1 year. H4 EAD is for whatever time you have, you submit through 2025, and then it's extended along with the H1B, which is 2028. So yeah, it gives a lot more flexibility. So I personally choose H4 EAD, given an option to me. We'll go to the next person, Adi.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Rahul.
Let's take the caller ending with 7585.
Hello, Rahul Garu. I have a question. So my previous employer, he filed for I used to work for my previous employer, and he filed for my I-485 in June, end of June, in EB2, and my current employer, because I was waiting for perm, I requested him to do that, and he was able to do it. And my current employer, I was waiting for get perm approval, and it got approved in August. And my current employer filed just recently in EB3, because EB3 was current end of June. He was able to file in EB3 category, 485 in June, end of June. So now, so I have two petitions going. So EB2 with my previous employer, which was filed in March, and EB3 which was filed in June by my current employer. So but my current employer, when he filed it, he sent attorney. The attorney sent me an email saying that my previous application with my previous employer is kind of invalid, and because I don't currently work for them, and I may get an issue if USCIS get
okay, I got it. So what's the end result? Tell me the end result. What happened?
So the question is like my priority is July of 2011. When the time comes for them to educate it, what's the risk for me?
I don't see any risk, but most probably you should rely on the company B, the recent company's 485. That would be the best thing. Don't renew the EAD of the company A. Don't renew anything. Always renew the company B. So.
Okay. So is it good that, I mean, is it advisable for me to withdraw the petition from previous company 485?
No, I would not. The reason is that if you try to withdraw it, these stupid people will do everything what we don't want them to do it. You request them to withdraw the company A, they will withdraw the company B. Sometimes they will withdraw both the things. So there may be a choice where the USCIS may come back and ask you have 2 485s, which one do you want to withdraw? At that point of time, you may choose to withdraw company A's, but not right now. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Let's onboard the next caller, Rahul Garu.
Sure.
Caller ending with 7755.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead with your question.
Hello.
We can hear you.
Yeah,
Please
Rahul
go ahead.
sir. Rahul sir. This is Pratik Patel. I had a question regarding I got divorced like couple years back, and I got engaged like last year, and wanted to get married this year. But the only issue is that my spouse, my becoming spouse, she had a child who is like 10 years old. So like what are the possibilities of bringing like both of them at the same time in US? And I'm on like
you're a US citizen?
No, I'm on H1B, and like my advanced payroll as well as like EAD got approved.
Okay, but you have the you have the H1B approval, is right? You have the H1B approval. Yes. So you are still working for the same company in H1B.
Yep.
You can bring your spouse on H4. You can bring the stepchild on H4 too. Absolutely not a problem. Do you need to adopt the child? Do you need to adopt the child to bring on the H4? No, you don't need to adopt the child though. He's a stepchild. He can still remain a stepchild as long as the step relationship has been established before the child turns 16. Since you said child is 10, most probably you're going to get married in the next 1 year. You can bring your wife and you can bring your stepchild on H4, no problem.
Okay. And during like visa, like while they go for a visa, like are there any chances, like can they ask questions to the stepchild also?
They can ask. Let them ask questions. What are you worried about?
Okay. No, it's like the age is, his age is more, like less. That is the reason, like that is the only thing that I'm worried about.
Oh no. Just because, see, when you want to get the truth out of it, the best thing is always speak with the kid. So nothing, what is there to fear? What would the kid say? No. Kid, let him ask question. What are you worried about? You'll be fine. Absolutely fine. The kid will say you're not his dad.
Okay.
Absolutely. That's fine too. Nothing wrong with
Okay.
it. If the kid says you're the dad also,
Okay.
there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, sometimes stepchild, they call the stepfather as a dad too, nothing wrong with it. So absolutely, we are not hiding anything. We are not telling that he's your natural kid. Absolutely not. We're not. So you're fine. And once you bring the persons into United States, can they file the 485 when the priority date becomes current? Absolutely, they can. Can the child file the 485 and get the green card along with you? Absolutely, they can. Remember, I told you the step relationship has to be established before the child turns 16. You don't need any adoption at all. Now, if you want to adopt, that's a different issue. You don't need any adoption. Okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Let's admit in the next caller, Andy. Caller ending with 0509.
Hello, yes.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
0509. Namaste, Rahul sir. I have a question. I'm on H1B here. I have my I-140 approved by previous employer A. Now I'm with employer B. So do I need to apply I-140 with them in order for me to continue my status?
What is
the reason why I'm asking this?
What is your priority date?
I'm sorry?
What is your priority date?
Priority date is 2016 August.
You don't need to immediately get the company B file a labor and I-140. You can still use company A's I-140 in extending the H-1B of company B. You can move to company C using the company A's I-140 approval. You can use company A's I-140 for your wife to get the H-4 EAD with company B or company C's H-4. You don't need it. When do you need the I-140 from company B is when you need to file the 485 application when the priority date becomes current. You need a labor and I-140 approval from company B. But for extending the H-1B, you don't need it. For moving from company B to company C, even though your I-140 is with company A, you don't need company B's I-140 approval. For your wife's H-4 EAD, you don't need company B's I-140 approval.
Okay.
Thank you.
So the reason why I asked this question is if I'm nearing my priority date, how soon I need to apply in for with my current employer?
It takes 2 years. It takes 2 years for you to get the labor and I-140. That's a typical time period that's there. So yeah, if you expect the priority date to become current, you should file it. I labor and I-140. Thank you. We'll go to the next question.
Thank you so much. Let's take the next caller, Andy. I guess we have the last two callers or so. Caller ending with 1672. Caller ending with 1672. Please go ahead.
Yeah, speaking.
Seems to be some background noise, Andy. But please go ahead with your question. You're on call.
But I think on the video there is already you are talking with someone.
No,
There's a lag, sir. We're talking with you right now.
Oh yeah.
Can you stop the video?
Yeah.
We're here right now. So go ahead, sir.
Yeah. So my question is, next month, during first week, I will be submitting my N-400 for myself and my family. So my question is what's the kind of timeline? Because I have to go to India for a month to take care of my parents. So I mean, once I submit the 400.
400.
What's the next step, and how much time it takes for that next step?
Good
Can
question.
I safely
No-
travel to India for a month?
Yeah. First, it will take approximately 1 to 1.5 years for you to get to the citizenship, though, once you file the N-400, though. And people can file N-400 online. Now, there will be a biometrics that you need to attend. Typically, it's coming within 3 months or 2 months from the time you file the N-400 application. Now, a lot of people ask this question, can you travel for 1 month period after you filed N-400? Simply the answer is yes, you can. Absolutely not a problem at all. Now, where do people say
So the
that it creates a
biometric
problem?
is not going to be before one.
Well, I said to you that the biometrics may come anytime within 3 months period, though. You have to attend the biometrics.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank
Can
you.
you
That was
travel?
all the questions.
Can you travel 1 month? Will that cause any problem? Absolutely not. Now, when you come back, when you go for the interview, though, in the N-400, you filled out all the travel history there. They will ask you the travel history. You need to add that at that point of time. The officer will make a note. On August 15, this gentleman has traveled and came back, and so the officer will ask you to initial the document there. That's all it is. It's not going to cause any problem in yours getting the citizenship because you traveled outside the country.
That would be at
Thank
the
you.
time of interview.
You got it right.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Good luck with your process. Yeah, good luck with
We'll
your
go to the
process. Let's take the next caller and caller ending with 5827.
This is Arun.
Go ahead, Arun.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So I have a couple of questions. My wife is currently on a H-1B visa, and we recently initiated a change of employer. Like we got a better offer, but for some reasons, like we would like to do a change of status to the H4 since I'm on H-1B. So, do you think it is advisable we can do that change of status if we have a current change of employer petition going on?
Absolutely, you can. No problem with it. No problem.
Okay. Yeah. And okay. If that's the case, we don't want to do a change of status within the year. We still can go to the back in home country and we can get a visa stamped out.
Absolutely no problem with it. You can do that.
Okay. Yeah.
As long
the
as you're
only
employed
glitch I was
with the
thinking
H-1B
on is
company, as long as you're nice wife and husband, absolutely no problem. She can go outside the country. She can claim you are her husband and you are working with company A and he's the pay stub. That's it. She gets H4 and comes back into USA.
Yes, yes.
Even
the
though
only
she has
thing that I
filed a
was thinking
H-1B
is-
transfer from company A to company B, the transfer is still pending. Can she go to India, get the stamping and H-4? Absolutely she can.
Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, the only question I have is last year my wife came in May through H4 and we had a change of status in October through H-1B. But she has the first visa valid until September 2024. Even though if we have that, we still need to get a new visa, right? If we want to
No,
go
you
to
don't need
H4
to.
stamping in
You
India.
don't need to. She doesn't need to. She can just go to India and come back and show the H4 stamping. And she has to say that, oh, I'm married with this guy. As long as she's married with you, still no problem. As long as you have a job, it doesn't have to be the same job that she has valid until September 2024. You have a job. You're working on H-1B. No problem. She doesn't need to go for stamping.
Okay, okay. Yeah, with the port of entry, we just need to show the H4 visa. Yeah, gotcha.
Right. Absolutely. No problem with it. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. And we have the next caller here, caller ending with 5990.
Hi, ma'am. This is Raj here, and I have a question for Rahul.
Please go ahead. And
I have self-sponsored my EB1A, and I got the EB1A approval for I-140, and my PD was 2018 May, right? It's May 2018. Right now, Right now,
I know
have the
what's going.
retrogression.
Of course.
Yeah, but I wanted to file file within July. But my question here is, if I go with my employer now to file the I-485, will I be dependent on them to get the EAD and other?
No, just because you're using the employer's lawyer to file the 485 application, you are not dependent on them at all. That 485 belongs to you. You control it, okay?
Okay.
But my question to you, main question is that if you're practicing, did you move the EB2 to EB1 because you got the 2018?
Yes, I moved from EB2 to EB1A.
Okay.
And
you can go. You can go with a. You can. Yeah, that's lucky that you got it. You can go with your private lawyer too. We are available to take your case if you want to. Okay. But what is important for you is to file it by July 30th. To file it as soon as possible.
Would you be able to file it within July 5th?
Absolutely, we can. We can. July 30th.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sure. Yeah. Let me touch base with you. Yeah.
Yeah. You can touch base with us. Okay.
Sure.
Thank you.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you, Andy. We have the last one or two callers here. Let's caller ending with 0509. Caller ending with 0509. I think we lost the caller. Let's take, this is the last caller. Caller ending with 7176.
Hello. Hi, Rahul Garu. This is Murli. I have one question. Can we travel outside of US and come back on current valid AP while my AP is in renewal? Doing so, will the pending AP will get denied?
98% of the time it doesn't. 2% of the time it does.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's the only question.
Thank you.
Thank you for answering.
But even if it's get denied, you can always refile the application. It's not going to cause any problem for a 485 application. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you for tuning in.
Yes, sir. One more question. So currently I'm hearing in Telegram groups like few people are saying that they're receiving combo cuts, but few are saying that their EAD and advance payroll are getting separated. Is that true?
That's right. That is right.
Okay.
That is right.
Thank you, sir.
That is right. Sometimes they are segregating it. It's a big problem. And when they do it, they only give advance for approval for 1 year, but there is nothing you can do about it. Okay? Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you.
Rahul Garu, sorry, but we have a huge inflow of callers. I'm sure you wouldn't mind. 7585, caller ending with 7585.
Hello, sir. So quick question. So my previous employer filed 485, and it's been more than 6 months since he filed 485 in EB2, and I am working for employer B now. And there's a talk that I heard like he may completely close the company. And since I never worked for him, I don't know, I'm just a little jittery, like what needs to be done?
Yeah.
So can I transfer the underlying basis to my new employer?
Yes, absolutely you can. No problem with it. You can. Okay.
Okay. So what application should I do? Like 485J?
AC21. It's called I-485J. I-485J.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Caller ending with 0509. I guess we got him back. Yeah, we have the caller back. Caller ending with 0509.
Hello, sir. I'm back here again. I missed one question earlier. I have my N-40, and is it better to apply H-4 EAD for my wife, or there is a chance that her present company in India are willing to apply L1? Which should I go for?
Oh, she's here in USA right now, is that right?
No, she's in India. She had to come here.
Well, we don't know the company is going to do L1 or not. I mean, we don't know. We have the control over the H4. We don't have control L1, is that right? So definitely,
Right.
bring her on H4.
Okay. So if she's here, and is there any possibility that her company still apply for L1 when she's being on H4 here?
They can transfer from H4 to L1 as long as before coming into United States, out of the last 3 years, she has worked 1 year for the company outside the country. She's good. She can.
Okay.
They can transfer from
Thank
H4
you
to
very much,
L1.
sir.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And with that, it's a wrap, Rahul Garu. You have been, thanks so much for your patience in the first place and for the amazing service that you're doing to the whole immigration community, Andy. This is fabulous. It's a lot of information that's being shared. I'm sure many of us passive viewers as well who have been viewing this show are going to immensely benefit. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sita. Thank you for inviting.
Thank you so much. And that's that is our immigration expert, Rahul Reddy Garu, helping us with all our queries. And see you back next Sunday. Thank you.
గెలుపే ఊపిరిగా పట్టుదలే ప్రాణంగా ఆశయమే గమ్యంగా పోరాడే యోధుడికి విజయం అన్స్టాపబుల్. ప్రశ్నల్లో మరింత ఫైర్, సర్దాల్లో మరింత సెటైర్, మీకోసం మరింత రంజుగా. దెబ్బకి థింకింగ్ మారిపోవాలా? మీకోసం మరింత రంజుగా.
अब तू देख लेगा बच्चन साहब का खेल.
Download AHA now.
ఆకర్షణీయమైన చీరలు, అబ్బురపరిచే ధరలు, అందరికీ నచ్చిన, అందరూ మెచ్చిన షో మన లక్కీ మహిళ. బోలెడంత ఎక్సైట్మెంట్, వండర్ఫుల్ విన్నింగ్ మూమెంట్స్.
ఎగ్జాక్ట్ చెప్పారు. మీరే గెలుచుకున్నారండి. కంగ్రాచులేషన్స్. $220.
సెలబ్రిటీ గోస్ట్లు, అదిరిపోయే పంచులు.